Good morning, everyone, and welcome into Above the Fold. I am your host, Austin Breasette, and today we are here with Devynn Base. Devynn, you did a story about something that most people on campus, they feel like they hate, and it's construction. Construction's gone on all over campus. For those of you that don't know, there's plenty of new buildings going up, but this one in particular, it's finished. It's done, and it's a very, very beautiful building. It's fantastic in the north end zone of the football stadium, and that is the brand new Sports Center. Devynn, in your story, what did you find out? Who'd you hear from? What?
Yeah, I got to actually take a VIP tour of the Sports Center.
Awesome.
I took a bunch of notes and stuff for the story I wrote, but it was really cool. President Don Betts actually spoke, got to hear a lot of stuff from him. And then Chad Richardson, the president and CEO of Paycom, he actually is an alum of UCO, and he donated $14 million of his own money to this, to all of the stuff that's going on with the sports and the Sports Center and all of that stuff. The facility was really, really nice. It's 3 stories. It was crazy. I got to see every room, all of the new equipment. Yep. It's all state-of-the-art. Like, it was crazy just how big of a deal it is, because there was, like, everyone that was there, it was a VIP grand opening that I went to. And so all the alum, anyone that's donated, they all got to be there and get to look at all of the new stuff that just opened up just this past, I believe it was Friday.
Okay. And for those of you that don't know, Chad Richardson, CEO of Paycom, correct?
Yes.
He is a UCO alum, and that $14 million donation is actually the biggest in UCO history, and it went to athletics for this new Sports Center. And you talk about the place is beautiful. It's fantastic. Everybody was just so excited, and rightfully so. I was on the football program fall of 2016, and whenever I transferred here. And don't get me wrong, Hamilton Fieldhouse is great. It's old. I understand it's old. It's a little rundown. But compared to Hamilton Fieldhouse, I'm sure that place is almost like a gold mine. I mean, the old football locker rooms are run down. Everybody was using the same weight room, and all the weights, they looked like they were from the 1980s. But then again, I'm not, ramming Hamilton Fieldhouse. That's not what I'm doing. I understand it's old and run down, so they needed a new facility like this. I read in your story they have a nutrition center. They've even got tutoring rooms, the new weight room, new locker rooms, meeting rooms. Just kind of give us a little bit of what you saw exactly, like some of the different rooms, give us what you saw, basically.
Yeah, like you said, there's a nutrition bar where they can get any, like, food, drinks, or anything after a workout, before a workout, in the mornings, that kind of stuff. They have a whole, room set aside for student academics. And so, like, tutor rooms, and then, like, there's classrooms and, like, a lot of, like, advisement offices and stuff that are actually in that building just for athletes. So that's really cool, because it gives them the chance to still work on their academics while they're, like, doing their athletics. So that was really cool. The weight room is, like, state-of-the-art, crazy. Like you said, Hamilton was, like, really run down. So this is, like, it's way bigger. It's all of the equipment is, like, super nice. And then there's a recovery room, like, right next to the weight room, and it's got all these treadmills, like, in the pools and stuff, and all the ice baths and stuff are in there, really good for recovery. And then all of the athletic offices and stuff are all in one place now too, so they're all in that building. They have offices there too. So, and then there's a theater room, which is where we were actually for all the speeches from, like, President Betts and Chad Richardson. There's, like, a theater room and all of that for events and stuff like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So basically, yeah, definitely the whole thing state of the art. It's being, I guess, a former athlete myself. I know you talked to a former athlete, and he was a wrestler. What's his name? What did he say?
Colton Looper. Yeah, he is a wrestler here at UCO now. And he was basically just talking about how nice it is, like how much of an upgrade it is. He also was mentioning that now all of the athletes are under the same roof. And it's really cool because now he's gotten to meet a bunch of new people that he, like, would never have met if it wasn't for this facility. So it's brought them all together, and they have way better equipment than what they were working with, which I do think that they're in the process of updating Hamilton Fieldhouse also.
Sure, yeah, they did renovate it.
It's all, like, a big, like, this is the first part, or, like, one of the main parts of, like, all of the athletics, like, upgrading. I know they just did the softball field a few years ago, too, so yeah, it's all a big part of it. But Colton Looper did say that it was just crazy how big everything's getting and how nice it was.
Right. And that's 100% true. And folks, for those of you that don't know this, weights, new things like that, it matters. It really does. New facilities matter. It also does, I think, good things for recruiting for every sport. And you talk about bringing sports together. When you look at places like OU, OSU and things like that. When you look at their for-profit sports like football that bring in just millions per year, they've got those big, huge weight rooms, locker rooms, things like that. It's good to see this from UCO, but while incorporating every single athletic team. Like you might have volleyball in there working out, you might have softball, football, baseball, etc. It brings them all together, especially you look at the pools and things like that. OU has all that, so it is above and beyond what you'd expect from a D2 program.
Yes.
And what a better way to have a grand opening. Last Friday, UCO played Northwest Missouri State, the number 4 team in the nation. Chandler Garrett got the start, led the Broncos to victory. So what a better way to open up the Sports Center than that. Devynn Base, thank you so much. Thank you to all of our Vista reporters out there that do a fantastic job. Thank you to our entire U Central media team. This has been Above the Fold with Austin Breasette and Devynn Base.